With Modern Warfare 3 already around the corner, I figured it would be fun if we could just kind of sit down and talk about some of the stuff that I would like to see in Modern Warfare 3. And hey, while we're at it, go ahead and go down in the comments and let me know some things that you guys would also like to see in Modern Warfare 3. First things first, there's one thing that I'm kind of worried about with Modern Warfare 3. So this is less something that I want for Modern Warfare 3 and more something that I'm scared of when it comes to Modern Warfare 3. We just received the Modern Warfare 2 campaign last year. Originally, Modern Warfare 2 was supposed to be like a 2-year Call of Duty, and then after that it was going to be like Treyarch coming back for 2024, but now we're getting Modern Warfare 3 this year, and with that, we can only assume that we're going to be getting a campaign in this game, right? I'm really worried about what the campaign is going to look like. Like, is this going to be some sort of like half-baked campaign? Is it going to be clear that corners were cut? Is it going to be overly short? Is there going to be a bunch of shoehorned in, nonsensical elements that don't really fit in with the rest of the storyline? Is there going to be continuity issues? Is there going to be a bunch of recycled elements? Like, there is a lot that is riding on this campaign because this is the return of Makarov. Sure, this is like a reboot and this isn't the same Makarov that we knew before, and honestly, the whole Makarov thing, I'm kind of iffy on it as is. If they were gonna do the whole Makarov thing, I really think that they should have had Makarov play a bigger part in Modern Warfare 2's campaign, kind of like how they did in the original. When they had this big lead up to Makarov in Modern Warfare 3, it actually makes sense. Like, oh yeah, this guy's a threat. But as of now, in this new continuity and in this reboot, we don't really know anything about him besides that little cliffhanger that they put in at the end of the Modern Warfare 2 credits. Otherwise, we haven't seen Makarov in this version of the game yet. So while this isn't necessarily something on my wish list, I mean, it kind of is. Like, the first thing that I'm hoping for with Modern Warfare 3 is just a good campaign and a campaign that makes sense. And I'm really hoping that there isn't any corners that were cut, or that it won't at least be apparent that corners were cut, or that the development was rushed in some way, because I am really worried about how things have been going behind the scenes, considering like how quick plans just kind of changed. I'm also wondering if maybe they're going to go back and retcon some things to make it seem like Makarov had a more important role in the Modern Warfare trilogy as a whole up to this point. Like, maybe they'll retcon some things from Modern Warfare 2019, maybe they'll retcon some things from MW2. The next thing on my Modern Warfare 3 wish list is survival mode. We kind of had like a survival mode-ish type thing in Modern Warfare 2 with the Defender things and Spec Ops, but that was not the same thing. We did have a dedicated survival mode back in Modern Warfare 2019, which kind of confuses me as to why it wasn't in MW2. I would love to see that make a comeback in Modern Warfare 3, though. I used to love survival mode in the original MW3 from 2011. It was so good. It was such a simple concept. They kind of messed it up in MW 2019, if I'm going to be honest. Like, it wasn't as good there as it was in MW3. So if they could bring it back in the new MW3 and actually do it right, that would be awesome. There's also been rumors of a zombies mode potentially being in MW3, and if I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about that. So if there's one thing I could put on my wish list, it's to actually have zombies not be in this game, because, like, you know, I've said in videos past, like, it would be cool if we could see like a Modern Warfare rendition of zombies, but the more I think about it, Modern Warfare games have just never had zombies in them, you know? That's just kind of been like the thing. Like, no matter what Call of Duty game has zombies in it, between Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare is the one where they've always refused. They're like, no, we're not going to have zombies. And the main reason I say that is because, like, while I would love to see Modern Warfare rendition of zombies, considering that Treyarch is going to be developing the next game in 2024, or as far as we know that's going to be the case, you already know every time that they try to develop zombies modes for other games, they end up taking some people away from Treyarch's dev team in order to make the zombies in those other games possible. And I don't want any steam taken away from 2024 Call of Duty. I want COD in 2024 to be a feature complete game, and more so than anything in the zombies department. And the more people that they have to take away from the Treyarch zombies dev team in order to make like a zombies mode in MW3 happen, and obviously that's just more dev time being taken away from 2024 Call of Duty zombies, and I don't want that to happen. The only way I would be okay with zombies coming to Modern Warfare 3 is if it's being developed entirely by either Sledgehammer or Infinity Ward. Otherwise, please just leave Treyarch alone, let them develop their own game. Well, I'm cool with just playing another year of like Spec Ops and multiplayer type stuff. As much as I would love to see zombies in Modern Warfare, if it means that they have to take away from Treyarch's dev teams, then no, just leave it out of this game. I'll wait until 2024. The next thing on my wish list for Modern Warfare 3 would be more in-game progression, and this doesn't even necessarily need to be like more unlocks in-game, because there's still quite a lot of stuff that you can unlock in-game between multiplayer and all the different challenges that they have set up in the game, Warzone and DMZ, and especially ranked. There is so much stuff that you can unlock there, but I just want like more in-game progression, period. Like, even if it would be something small, like bringing back the operator level / skin mechanic from Vanguard, where you can level up your operators, and then if you hit max level with all your operators, then you get like a special final skin, like in Vanguard, how we had like the black and silver outfits with the gas masks and all that. Like, I would love to see something like that again. Just small stuff like that, more in-game progression. I'm not even asking for them to make like bundles unlockable in-game, like nothing crazy like that. I'm literally just asking for more basic in-game progression, things that we have had before, like operator levels and skins. I would also like to see classic prestige, but Let's be honest, that's not gonna happen. Another thing on my Modern Warfare 3 wish list would be for the camo grind to be something more akin to like Black Ops Cold War, or like what it was in Modern Warfare 2. Like they struck that perfect balance in Modern Warfare 2. I feel like the only thing that was still kind of questionable was like the long shots, like the fact that you still needed to get like over 1,200 some long shots was just way too much. If they could like dial it back on the long shots but leave the rest of the challenges the same, they would literally strike that perfect balance and the grind would be genuinely fun through and through. Like the grind this year was actually a lot of fun for the most part. The only part that was kind of like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore was those long shots. Another thing on my wish list would kind of be like an overhaul of the release schedule that they have going, because right now they have it going where it's like 3 maps per season. One comes at like the reloaded midpoint of each season, and then we get 2 at launch, but usually one of those 2 at launch ends up being a remake. So I kind of just want to see like a bit of a switch up there. Like maybe if we could start getting like 2 fresh maps and a remake. And I'm talking like 2 original maps, because right now the way that they usually do it is it's like 1 fresh map, maybe if we're lucky, of something that we've just never seen before, and then we get like some sort of copy and paste from Al Mazrah or one of the other Warzone/DMZ maps, and then we get a remake. I want to start seeing like maybe they could hit us with 4 maps. Do a copy and paste, do a remake map, and then do 2 fresh original maps. Give us something crazy. Y'all remember that map back in Black Ops 3 where we were like fighting with the giant food all around in that one DLC map? Or that other one also in Black Ops 3 where you were at like that water park? Like I would love to see stuff like that again, just more creative maps. I know it's Modern Warfare and their maps are usually more grounded, whereas Black Ops usually does the more outlandish stuff, but I feel like Modern Warfare in recent years, between Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2, even those like compared to the original ones from like 07, 09, and 2011, they're kind of lacking in that originality factor. Like don't get me wrong, there's been a lot of really creative maps and a lot of really good maps that have been brought to the game, but like even when I think back to like Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, like there was very unique ideas that stuck out in my mind, like Terminal, Rust. Like as soon as you say those names, like they pop to mind immediately. Scrapyard. But when it comes to the newer games, like they feel very similar. Again, I'm not necessarily asking for like water park maps or crazy outlandish maps that are just like, you know, not grounded or realistic at all. I'm just more or less asking for maps that kind of like stick out in your mind a bit more. Something, you know, I'm not saying that the new maps are necessarily generic. They all just kind of blend in after a while. I just wish we could see some more iconic stuff coming in, like the new Rust, the new Terminal, or just new, really creative and original maps that aren't stripped from Al Mazrah or Warzone and are just like completely built from the ground up for multiplayer. And heck, the maps themselves don't even necessarily need to be built from the ground up for multiplayer. Like a lot of the best maps from the Call of Duty games over the years have been maps that have just kind of been ripped from the campaign and then thrown into multiplayer, like Terminal. That was just ripped from No Russian and MW2. So it doesn't even necessarily need to be like full-on original maps. Just, I don't know, maps that stick out in your mind a bit more. You know what I mean? I would also like to see the Killstreaks get a bit of a rework. Like the Killstreaks this year for the most part were pretty good, but I feel like a lot of them were kind of underpowered. Like the Attack Chopper is a 10 kill streak, and that thing is so underpowered it is not even funny. You have to like lay it. Like usually when you're shooting somebody with an Attack Chopper, you have to use double the amount of bullets that it would take with like a normal AR. At that point, why am I even using the Attack Chopper? A good portion of the streaks in MW2 are pretty solid. They're pretty well balanced, but there is a few of those like I just mentioned with the Attack Chopper where it's like, okay, that could use a buff. Some things that I would like to see in Modern Warfare 3 from the past 2 Modern Warfare games return would definitely be like gunsmith and weapon tunings and such. It's pretty cool being able to like fine tune your weapon with the exact attachments and tunings that you want, but one thing I would say, it would kind of be cool if they could blend the old attachment system with the new gunsmith. So say they have like 2 systems in place. They have one called Simplified and then they have one called like Pro, and the Pro could be like how it is now with like 5 attachments for each of your weapons, all these different crazy tunings and such. But then they could have a simplified mode for like the old school players or for newer players where it's like the same attachments get kind of broken down to a more simplistic degree. Not necessarily more powerful, not necessarily weaker, just simpler. Quick draw, fast mag, stock, just real generic stuff like we had in like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, the original Modern Warfare games, and they could have like 2 different modes. And to make it all the simpler, they could literally just make those simplified attachments, they're literally like the same attachments that already exist in the game. So say you have like your rear grip, which is normally like the sprint to fire grip. In the simplified mode, you just label it as quick draw. You see what I mean? Or maybe they could even have like a somewhat pre-built setup, so then when you select quick draw, it'll give you a mix of like a certain laser and a certain rear grip in order to kind of inflict that sense of quick draw being on your weapon. Like they could kind of like mix and match certain things, or maybe have like pre-built setups. I know that may be a lot to ask for, and it may not even be clear what I'm asking for necessarily, but if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. Just something that makes it a bit less overbearing for those newer players, because I know there's some players out there where they don't even touch the attachments in the game half the time, and they just kind of roll around with their guns with no attachments on because they couldn't be bothered to try to figure figure out how all the different attachments and all the different tunings work. I don't know, that's just some of the stuff on my wish list. Above all else, I just want it to be a good game, which again, I'm a shill for Call of Duty. No matter what they put out, I'm gonna love it anyway, so we're all good there. I just want a good campaign, a good third mode like Spec Ops, Survival. Zombies would be nice. I would love to see zombies, but only if it means that they're able to do it without Treyarch. If they can do it without Treyarch, awesome, let's see some zombies, but if they have to take away some of Treyarch's devs, then no, just leave Treyarch alone. Let them do their own thing for 2024. And from the sounds of it, Sledgehammer has been developing the majority of this game, so I'm sure multiplayer is going to be a fast, arcadey, fun time, so we're all good there as well. All in all, I'm super excited for Modern Warfare 3. Anyways, now I'd definitely love to hear from you guys. Do you guys have like a wish list of things that you'd like to see in Modern Warfare 3? Is there any particular things that you hope stay in the game? Is there some things that you hope get removed from the game from the past 2 Modern Warfare games? Whatever it is, whatever you're thinking, I'd definitely love to hear from you guys. But anyway, as always, a massive shout out, thank you to all the Patrons and channel members. Thank you to all of you in the low ballers here, and an even bigger shout out, thank you to all of you in the big ballers here, Mellow Asking and Big Daddy Matty. And the biggest shout out, thank you all to all of you in the G tier, Rider Vengeance, and Little Cheese Girl. Thank you guys so much. You guys are literal legends. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.